Hi, I'm Katie Morris, and I am a second-year student in the Marriage and Family Therapy doctoral program here at FSU. And I've been seeing clients for a couple of years now, and I really enjoy working with college students and couples in particular. So here's me. So on this Valentine's Day, I know a lot of us are focused on romantic relationships, but one relationship that I think is really important for us to be thinking about is the relationship that we have with ourselves, because I think that is probably one of the most important relationships that we have. And I think it's also one that we tend to kind of neglect. Today I want to talk about how to build a positive relationship with yourself that's both gentle and compassionate. So I think a lot of us maybe have a tendency to be kind of harsh with ourselves. We're a little bit hard on ourselves, and we expect us to be able to do all of the things all the time and to never have any sort of failures or mistakes. And in general, I think we really struggle with being gentle with our mistakes. And the idea of self-compassion, which is something that I'm really big on, is all about treating yourself the way that you would treat a friend. One of the strategies that I think can be really helpful when it comes to that relationship is figuring out how to navigate difficult emotions. And you'll notice that when I say difficult emotions, I didn't say negative emotions. And I think that's what a lot of us tend to say. It's things like anger or shame or anxiety or sadness. We tend to put them in this category of negative emotions, but the reality is that these emotions are trying to tell us things too. And so I like the term difficult because most of us don't really like feeling that, and I totally get that. But I think they're still trying to tell us something, and there's some reason why we have them. The strategy that I want to offer today is viewing our difficult emotions like a scared hedgehog. And stay with me because it's kind of goofy, but I think it can be really helpful. Imagine that you are going to your living room and you're about to go sit down in your favorite spot on the couch and watch your favorite Netflix show. And you walk over there and you see this little scared hedgehog, and it's just sitting on your seat, right where you were gonna sit. I want you to think of that hedgehog like your difficult emotion, okay? So you've got this hedgehog here. What's not gonna be helpful? Screaming at it, right? Being really upset that it's there. Ignoring that it's there and just sitting down anyway, right? That's probably not gonna be good. Leaving and just avoiding the hedgehog altogether. That could work for a little bit. But eventually, you're gonna have to go back and you're gonna have to deal with the hedgehog. So the first step to kind of dealing with your hedgehog or your difficult emotion is to just acknowledge that it's there and that something has to be done about it. Your next step then is gonna be to just kind of sit with it. Just kind of see if you can make it feel comfortable. See if you can extend some gentleness, some compassion to it, and just let it know that you're there and try and build up maybe some of the trust with this hedgehog, with the emotion. Just think like, okay, this thing is here. It doesn't help for me to be upset, to be angry with it. So I'm just gonna sit with it, let it be, kind of notice, get to know it maybe a little bit. And once you've sat with it for a little bit, maybe it can be helpful to give it a name. So maybe you're gonna name it anger, or you're gonna name it anxiety or shame, or Greg, I don't know, whatever you want to name your hedgehog / emotion. It's helpful, I think, to give it some sort of name because oftentimes that takes away a little bit of the power of ambiguity of this big overwhelming thing. No, it's just anger, it's just sadness, it's just anxiety, whatever it might be. And once you've got a name and you've sat with it for a little bit, your final step is to just figure out, what does this hedgehog need? And maybe it just needs someone to sit with it for a little bit and then show it out the door. Maybe it just needs someone to find it a new home. And I think the important thing is, because the hedgehog and the emotion can't talk to you, it's okay if you don't know right off the top of your head exactly what it needs. So it might take a little bit of the trial and error. Okay, does it need some water? Oh, nope, okay, that's not what it needed. Does it need to just go outside? Okay, let's try that too. And as you're in this process of figuring out what does this hedgehog need, think also about is this something that I can take care of myself, or do I need to include someone else in this process as well? And maybe you need someone else to hold the box while you usher the hedgehog into the box so that you can take it somewhere else. Or Maybe someone needs to go get the food while you get the water. But I think it can be really hard sometimes for us to figure out what we need or what the emotion needs and whether or not we need to involve someone else. Don't be afraid to do the trial and error. Figure out, is this what I need? Do I need something different? And be gentle with yourself or the hedgehog in the process. And just know that no one is perfect at this. No one is gonna do it right every single time. It's just about being gentle and allowing yourself to be human, because dealing with these difficult emotions can be really challenging, but we all have them and we're all just trying to figure it out. So if I can leave you with anything today, it's to be gentle with your hedgehog, be gentle with your emotions and with yourself, and try and treat yourself the way that you would a friend.